Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So before I get into this video, I do want to share that I'm still doing my daily giveaways on my Instagram. One of the rules is to subscribe to LadyCode, so if you want to go ahead and get that out of the way, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and all of the rest of the rules, which is like super easy, is on my Instagram story, which is @LisaOP. It probably takes about 30 seconds to enter, and I'm doing these giveaways every single day just to show my appreciation to my subscribers and just to remind you guys that we're all in this together, and I hope that these makeup gifts can brighten your day. So I'll be giving away gift cards and mostly just a ton of makeup for you guys to play with while you're in quarantine, because we all want to come out of quarantine totally slayed and snatched, am I right? So let's just go ahead and get straight into this full face natural, girls, like this is natural for LadyCode, makeup tutorial. To prime my skin, I'm using the Drunk Elephant C Firma, and I'm applying it all over my face, my eyelids, and also my neck. To give my skin that extra dewy look, I'm also spraying over that with my Peyo spray. For my eyeshadow base, I'm using the Stay Naked concealer in the shade 10 NN. I'm putting it on my lids and also under my eyes. And then I'm going to spray a beauty blender with that Peyo spray. And yes, this is a clean one because you guys get so shady and you find something to say. So my beauty blender is clean today, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap it over my eyelids and also under my eyes, and then I'm going to start buffing it out into my forehead and the rest of my face to where I want to highlight. I know it looks crazy right now, but don't worry because we're going to go over all of this with foundation. So the foundation I'm using today is the L'Oreal True Match in the shade W5. With a Shayna B foundation brush, I'm going to go ahead and start outlining that highlighted area with the product. And then once most of the product is off of the brush, I'm going to start pulling it into that highlighted area and also out into the rest of my skin. You can't ever forget your neck, so I'm just pulling that product down into my neck, and again just blending more and more until my skin tone looks very even. And no, I don't forget my forehead. I know that little patch is bothering you. So to contour, I'm going to use the Tom Ford foundation stick in the shade 11 Dusk. I'm just using a standard nose contour looking angled brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and line my forehead, and then I'm blending that out with my foundation brush that should still be a little bit wet from the foundation. And I love using this to blend because it makes everything so much easier and faster. So once again, I'm just going over my cheekbones, under my lip, and then blending it all through with that foundation brush. I don't add any foundation, I just buff over it with the wet foundation with the leftover product on it, and it seems to blend really nicely. So now I'm angling the brush up against my brow bone, right where that nose bone connects to the brow bone. I'm starting there, and then I'm contouring my nose, and I'm also going to push that contour up against my brow bone, like right on top of my crease, and this is going to make it so much easier to apply the eyeshadow. I'm going to blend out that contour with the foundation brush on my lids only, not the nose. Just to buff it out. And then for the nose, we are going to use the beauty blender, and almost every tool gets involved here because I am blending out with the beauty blender, but I'm also going to get my nose contour brush back involved because it needs to be brought back in. I lost a little bit of that contour there, so now I'm just sculpting my nose literally. Now I'm going to set all of my face because it feels a little bit wet, so I'm using the Lancome translucent powder. I'm brushing it over my eyelids. I'm going to brush it all over my skin first to set all of that cream and liquid stuff that we just did, because now we're moving over to dry powder products, and then I'm going to bake under my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and bring my brows back in. I'm using the $1 Billion Brows eyebrow pencil. This is a universal shade, and I'm just going over my microblading. I honestly can't wait for the microblading to be gone because I'm just over it. It was so much more fun to have no eyebrows. So I'm just following that line right now, and then I'm going to feather it out. I'm usually way too lazy to do this, but today I'm going to go ahead and carve out my brows with the $1 Billion Brows concealer and highlighter stick, and I'm just kind of like pulling back in and cleaning up around the edges of the brows. And now I'm using a flat e.l.f. brush to go ahead and pull that concealer back into my makeup so that everything looks blended. Okay, so now we're getting into the fun stuff. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. It's one of my favorites right now, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the shade Swarm. It's like a nice burnt orange color, and I'm just applying it broadly all over my crease and kind of in the edges around it. I'm using that cream contour that we did on the lid as a guideline. The brush I'm using is a Crown C441 blending brush. So now I'm going to take the MAC 217 brush with the color Hive, and I'm going to use the flat side of the brush to go ahead and put some shadow on the inner and outer corners of my lid. I know this is a very complicated looking thing, but it's actually very easy and it gives your eyes that halo spotlight effect that we love. Now I'm using the smudgy side of the brush that came with the Naked Honey palette, and I'm going to shadow along my lower lash line. It really makes your eyes pop, and I just love the effect that this creates. Using that same flat e.l.f. brush that I used earlier with the color Sting, it's the darkest color on the palette, and I'm just tapping it really tight along my lower lash line, almost like an eyeliner. I'm using that smudgy brush that came with the palette again, and I'm using the color HBIC, which is like a shimmery bronze, and I'm putting it over everything to pull it all together. Now I'm using the color Flyby with a flat shadow brush, and I'm starting by kind of like highlighting from my crease down into the center of my lids, and then I'm going to pull that up and over into my nose contour. You really have to watch the video to see what's really happening here. But once you pull it in, it really feminizes the face and gives you like a really edgy look. So I usually cut this part out. I just throw on my eyeliner off camera, but I'm going to let you guys watch me struggle today. I started with my favorite Feline Flick liquid eyeliner. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, but it started running out on me, so I switched over to the Kat Von D ink liner. They're both great. I feel like they're the exact same product. And now I'm just going to go ahead and create a wing. For blush, I'm using this Tarte blush that I got from my VIB birthday gift like 2 years ago, and I'm just putting it all over my cheekbones and pulling it into my nose. For contour, I'm using an Ofra bronzer that I got in my Ipsy, and I'm just kind of dusting it over that original contour that we did and pulling it through my neck and, of course, my forehead. I'm going to mist that Peyote spray over my skin one more time, and while it's damp, I'm going to tap on some Shimmer Highlighter. This is from KKW Beauty. And I'm just tapping it on while it's still wet to really make that highlight pop, and I'm also going to apply it on the middle of my nose to kind of highlight that area, and then my Cupid's bow as well. And now I'm going to set it all one more time with that Peyote spray, and I'm going to go over everything with that Beauty Blender. And this makes your skin look like skin again, and it also makes the highlighter look like you're glowing from within. On my lips, I'm using the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Mannequin. This is usually like a super light shade on me, but today it's actually darker than my skin tone, which is super depressing. For mascara, I am using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Obviously, use any mascara you want to. And I put this on my top and bottom lashes, but I cropped out the bottom lashes part because I did not look cute putting that on. For actual lashes, I am wearing Aries from the LadyCode shop. If you want to support my business, please go ahead and click the link down below to shop my lashes. I'm giving you a 20% off discount code, and that code is LadyCode. I love these lashes because they are dramatic and they're super long, but they're also wispy, so those little gaps let the light in to make your eyes look super bright and a little bit bigger. I wanted to make my lips look a little bit more glossy, so I'm using the DZ Cosmetics Glow Gloss in the shade Bronze, and it literally just did everything for me. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to visit my account on Instagram so you can enter my daily quarantine giveaways. Once again, this is just my way of giving back to you, and I do my best to give back as much as I can to show you guys how much I appreciate you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.